A new nuclear power station at Hinkley Point moved a step closer this afternoon. The energy company EDF was granted permission to start excavating the site. The power station itself has yet to get planning consent from the government. But anti-nuclear campaigners say if it goes ahead, it will spoil the countryside. Imogen Sellers has been at the meeting all day and joins us now. Good evening, Imogen.
Good evening, David. A beautiful evening here in Somerset, but atmosphere here is far from harmonious. Yes, after a whole day of debate, the future of a new nuclear power station at Hinkley looks ever more likely. But the debate wasn't just about the issue of nuclear power. It was much more specific than that. In a nutshell, the energy company EDF want to strip back land that they might build this new nuclear power site on, but they're yet to have permission from the government for it. Protesters liken this to laying the foundations of a house for which you've yet to have planning permission. Those in favour say that it's vital that this preliminary work starts as soon as possible, but those against it say that stripping back the beautiful countryside in Somerset for work that may take years to start or even start at all. The small Somerset town of Willerton, today the focus of a huge debate. Those against allowing EDF to prepare the site at Hinkley before permission to build a nuclear station has been given describe themselves as a community in grief. They say they face seeing the obliteration of an entire valley just in case the project is allowed to proceed. Premature, to say the least, they say. But those in favour of the scheme say it's so vital for jobs and economic growth, any delay could cost the area dear, both now and in the future.
Well, fear won't go ahead. The area, as I said earlier, the area will die because the local people will have to, local young people will have to leave because there is not very much other employment around here, I'm afraid. And this is one thing that will happen. And it's a lovely part of the country, West Somerset. You can see why a lot of people come here on holiday. But I just don't want to see it dying. I want to see my young grandsons live here as long as they possibly can and get good, well-paid jobs.
Local businesses are in favour too. A new nuclear plant, they say, will bring millions of pounds and huge opportunities to this struggling rural area. Of course, many disagree.
This is going to be horrific and it may be completely in vain. It would be impossible, as EDF claims, to reinstate this ground to where it was before. So we say that this could be a complete waste of time, devastating a vast area of Somerset countryside for no gain at all.
A39 through Bridge 40.
And this afternoon, councillors watched by the public on screens set up in a marquee in a car park had to weigh up both sides of the argument. Well, I'm joined now by two men on opposing sides of the argument. Crispin, you're against the scheme. Why did the council get today's decision so wrong?
Well, unfortunately, they didn't take on board our very sensible argument that if EDF doesn't eventually get permission to build the power station itself, and there are lots of reasons why they might not, this area of West Somerset would have been devastated in vain and could never be put back together again. And that would be a tragedy for the area.
Well, David Eccles is from EDF. David, you obviously think that the council made the right decision today.
Yes, indeed. I think it's the right decision for the South West and the right decision for the country. The South West will be massive inward investment, jobs for the region and so on. And for the nation, it's going to generate a lot of low-carbon electricity eventually. So we think it's the right decision. We're going to have to work very closely with local people to make sure that we do the right thing, but we're determined to do so.
OK, gentlemen, well, thank you very much indeed for joining us. So a decision has been made here at West Somerset Council today, but the debate is far from over. Back to you.
Thanks very much, Imogen.